in our priorities, and we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist, and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers, and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts? Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999, and we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran.
Oh my God. Then is Sunday. Thank you very much for reminding me. Oh, no. I meant me. I thought I was a voice. This guy is a legend. Thank you. I've been doing all these things, so there's no voice. So let's see if we can start afresh. And I don't know. Oh no, I'm sorry. My apology. Okay. Let's start afresh and do this thing. Yes. television. Thank you so much, Dennis Sunday. You are a legend. I give you a prize today. Thank you very much for reminding me. This is Biafra Battle Cry Channel Television under the leadership of Mazen Nandika by the Prime Minister, the Dragon, the Mwejigbuago. Mwejigbuago, Konyi Lechaya, Suna Odroko, who else if not Mazen Samon, bringing the critical awareness in the expedition that we are making. Master Samuel, or wherever you are, I thank you. You are really a leader indeed, and our prayer goes to you that every effort you are making will never go in vain.
In our priorities, and we have to be very honest with ourselves.
So right now we have something on the screen here. We're gonna demystify concerning a religious war in the zoo called Nigeria, by the political elites and the religious cleric in the north that are making a very serious allegation against the, I don't know whether they are illiteracy, their Janjaweedism, how the Janjaweedism has before them. And here is saying that the issue of Sharia has made the people of North to be on status quo. He first mentioned about hunger and the starvation going on in the northeast, northwest, and all that, and ended up with religion, saying that the most people that suffers it are the Muslims. He tried to what should I say, to advocate for the Islam, encouraging them that the people that we lead must be educated Muslim to lead Nigeria, because the Sharia has turned them backward. Anyway, let's listen to what this Janjaweed is going to say. Never mind, he is former central bank governor. I think Sanusi Lambido, is it his name? I know him as Sanusi. I've forgotten his second name, but we have to go there and see. Let's see.
In our priorities, and we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist, and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers, and we look at poverty.
Hala Koleaka, they are clapping for him. That is an economist of Janjaweedism. Look at how economists, speaks. Economics that is addressing the issue of religion, issue of politics, issue of ethnicity. Why not he speak something about something that related to economics? But he's speaking both politics, religion, ethnicity. Oh my God! And the people are there clapping for him. These people, they said the evil that men do, worship them. They are worshiping him. Let's listen.
If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts?
Tribalism. He equalized it with tribalism. Why is it that the poorest part of the zoo are the Muslim part? And who are the people ruling? The Muslim part. And who are the people suppressing other ethnic groups? The Muslim part. And who are the people trying to grab land of other people? The Muslim part. And who are the people prescribing ruga to other on other ethnic group, imposing it on them? The Muslim part. And who are the people killing farmers? The Muslim part. And who are the people who went to the Benue to slaughter more than 100 people? The Muslim part. And who are the people who kill more than 100 people in Enugu? The Muslim part. And who are the people who ravaged 4 villages in Ebonyi? Why Muslim part? And who are the people who kidnap Chibok girls? The Muslim part. And who are the people who kidnap Bishop in Umuahia and collected 100 million naira ransom? The Muslim part. And who are the people who owns Mieti Allah? The Muslim part. And who are the people who appoint Senate President? The Muslim part. Who are the people who appoint police? The Muslim part. Who are the people who appoint NNPPC chairman? The Muslim part. And who are the people who controls custom? The Muslim part. Who are the people who control police? The Muslim part. Who are the people who control Navy police? The Muslim part. Who are the people who are speaking ill against the other people? The Muslim part. Who are the people who said, as far as the president is concerned, the Southeast will not smell it, it will be in their illusion? The Muslim part. I can go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You know, I mean, this is crazy. This is unbelievable. You know, it's like, what should I say? As an article in journals. I don't know how to speak it in English, but it's like someone who ran from who went to the bush and make noise and ran to the main road and asking the villagers, the communities, who is making that terrible noise in the bush. Whereas he is the one who went to the bush and made the noise and ran out of the main road and asking the public, who is making that noise in the forest. I mean, it's a very big tragedy, man. It's a very big tragedy. I thank you. Who is this? Oh, Dodo Force. I thank you for the super chat. May God bless you. And I thank other people who are watching as well. Dream Queen, Dennis Sunday. Thank you for this reminding that you did for me today when the voice is not connected. May Chukwu bless you. So as we go, let's listen to this Janjaweed. Because what this guy said today, I mean, said in the recent time, never come to an open. Nobody could even interpret the depth of his speech until today, when they were attacking Obi for making a call, speaking with Bishop David Oyedepo, saying that it's a religious war, pray for me, yes, daddy, this, that, they're attacking him. All of them, they gang up saying that Obi is a religious bigot. Look at this one. But after this guy finished speaking now, I will bring in the one of Atiku. I will bring in that one. You will hear where Atiku said to his northern people that they don't need to vote Igbo or Yoruba. All they need is a northerner. These are the cowards. Unbelievable. Let's listen.
Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999, and we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran. How come that the state that started Sharia is not the most educated state? In fact, how come in that state in 2017 only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school? How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam?
Define it for
illiteracy,
it is
malnutrition,
whatever you call it,
children on the streets. We have to ask ourselves.
nomadic people. Continue.
And we can't ask those questions until we begin to understand through usul that you have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims.
You can never get educated Muslim in the north. Why? Because you are envy. You are envy against the Igbos. We never allow you to be educated. When who is that man in 1964 interviewed by BBC journalist? I think it's Amado Bello. Yes, 1964. He interviewed him. He said Igbos are like going to the labor camp before you know it, they manipulate and dominate and take over that place. Who stops you from taking over? I mean, takeover is allowed. You have to pursue, overtake, and recover. Recover the gaps, recover everything, because time is not waiting for anybody. If you fold your hand waiting for time to come and lift you up, no. You happen the time. Time will never happen you. He said you need an educated Muslim for him to lead. But the one that that is leading now, when he goes to UN conference, if they ask me a question, he will bring out a paper, start reading, just responding to the question they ask him, whether it's in line of what they ask him. He doesn't care. He will only read out what he's holding at hand. They ask him a question. I mean the the Max Wiara, who is in Nassau. They asked me a question. Instead of him to answer the question, he brought out paper, was reading. He's not asking himself whether that question they asked him, whether it's in connection with what they asked him. He's just reading because Gabashehu have doctored him so that if they ask him question, he will bring out that paper immediately, start reading it, in response. I never see where they ask somebody question, he bring out paper, start reading. That is how you put. The other day, was it 4 years ago, when this guy, former IG of police, Nig3ria, is it Nig3ria? But his name is Abubakar. The one that was speaking transmission, transformation, transmission, kidnapping, transmission. I don't know. Maybe if I have that video now, I will bring it out just to show how illiterate, idiocy of this Janjaweedism. A man who is Justice of Federal Capital Territory, Ichaku Bello. I will look for that video now. Don't know if I have it. Okay, I think our leader Onye Dumas can analyze that video. Ichaku Bello, a Chief Justice of Federation, went to ICC to take an exam among the 20 candidates. He took last. He came last. He didn't make it. That is unbelievable. That's to tell you how illiterate those people are. The illiterate, they are very, very illiterate. Idiocy.
We need Muslims that are not begging.
Muslims are not begging.
We need Muslims who are standing on their feet. Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north.
He has finished. If poverty continues to perpetuate in the north, say Islam will disappear. Can you imagine? He's talking about natural affair. He's bringing in tribalism, bringing in religion, bringing in all manner of discrimination. And he himself that said that the Muslim need educated person. He is educated. He was once a central bank governor, but his education could not even liberate his mindset. His education could not even liberate his mindset. I don't know, for the sake of people who are just joining now, I might try to play this video again so that they will understand what I was just trying to define here. All right, let me start.
The Prophet said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kufri wal-faqri. In our priorities. And we have to be very honest with ourselves. I'm an economist and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts?
Your question, answer it.
Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999. And we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran. How come that the state that started Sharia is not the one that is the most educated state? In fact, how come that in that state in 2017, only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school?
This is very funny. Dream Queen, what did you say? Say economics of evil cost country. Obi. Economics of evil cost Obi. Yeah, the costume. I'm gonna bring his leaked video to combine with what these people are saying concerning religion and ethnicity. It's unbelievable. Then we will not justify who is tribal bigots, whether it will be or them. The attack to be just for no sake, just attacking him left and right and center for no reason.
How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam?
Define for us.
Illiteracy?
Define. Illiteracy.
Malnutrition?
Yeah.
Malnutrition? How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam? Illiteracy? Malnutrition? Children on the streets? We have to ask ourselves. And we can't ask those questions until we begin to understand through usul that you have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging. We need Muslims who are standing on their feet. Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north. The Prophet said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kufri wal-faqri.
Okay. Let me now look for Article O and bring it in, and you will hear what Article said concerning the ethnicity and the other thing about the past previous election. They will know who is wicked, tribalistic, and who is inciting violence. Let's listen now.
I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate,
yes,
or an Igbo candidate.
Yeah.
This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin. Thank you very much.
Like this, pan-Nigerian. Can you hear it? We are just hearing it now.
I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of northern origin. Thank you very much.
So, let my people. Let my people go. Now, let's listen to the audio of Peter Obi with Bishop David Oyedepo. We'll hear now.
So this audio leaked and is trending.
Good morning, Daddy.
Praise the Lord. How are you, sir?
Fine, Daddy. If this works, you people will never regret this support.
Amen. Amen. We look forward to God's intervention.
Amen, Daddy. Daddy, I need you to speak to the people in the Southwest. Your people in the Southwest and Kwara.
Okay. I've been in touch with Kwara people.
The Christians in the Southwest and Kwara. This is a religious war.
I believe that.
So this audio was allegedly a call between Mr. Peter Obi and Bishop David Oyedepo. And while many supporters of Mr. Peter Obi have claimed the audio is fake, others who believe it is true are defending Mr. Peter Obi's lines and his requests to the bishop in the conversation. Well, the first curiosity is, why do people praise a medium when it publishes what suits their sentiment, but then turn around to attack the same medium when it publishes other truth that a section of people do not like? Truth is truth, whether it suits you or not. Now, this is how people discourage truth tellers while enthroning falsehood. It is not the first time this is happening, and that is where Nigerians must really be duly educated on moral consistency and not selective sentiment. For instance, our reporters used to be the toast of many people when it dished out several anti-corruption investigative reports. But suddenly, the moment they started to expose some of the people's favorites, then they began to turn against it. They did not only hate the platform, they even hated its founder along with it. Now, in this case, the People's Gazette was a favorite platform for many supporters of Mr. Peter Obi prior now. They liked it until suddenly now, after publishing the voice conversation between their favorite Peter Obi and Bishop David Oyedepo, the content became immaterial. Then they diverted their attention to begin to attack the platform. Now, Mr. Peter Obi is under moral obligation. He's an adult. He knows what to do. If the content is not true, he has right to dispel it and even sue the publisher if it is false, or own up, apologize for inadvertently using sentiments capable of religious manipulations for campaign.
There's nothing like religion.
While there is nothing wrong in canvassing support from everyone you can get it from during campaign, inciting religions against one another or tribes for sake of politics is a serious concern.
What do you say?
But more importantly,
what do you say? Okay, listen, shut up there. That is how you people are misunderstanding a lot of things in the zoo. When it comes to an Igbo man,
in our priorities, and we have to be very honest with ourselves.
When Igbo man make a comment, everybody, pit of hair will just bust out talking about he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that. But when a Janjaweed talks his own, everybody will keep quiet. What do you people in the zoo see about Atiku's own? He didn't say anything. He keep quiet. But as far as an Igbo man, of course, there is a religious war going on in Nigeria at the moment. So you can't tell me there's no religious war. Not because Obi said it. Everybody knows this, obviously. When that regime that is in Nigeria now, that's appointing every Muslim, Northerners in every post, what did you people say? You people are very quick, clever to castigate just a little thing from somebody. But let's listen to this one now. Everything will tell you that people in Nigeria are very gullible. They are not transparent at all when they are making their comment. Let's hear this ginger wheels.
I'm an economist and I always talk economics, and we look at the numbers and we look at poverty. If you look at all the poverty indices in the world today, you find that in southwest Nigeria, the incidence of poverty is 20%. In the northwest, it is 80%. The northeast, it's 80%. Why is it that the poorest parts of this country are the Muslim parts? Why is it that in a state that started Sharia in 1999, and we just heard the opening verses today, Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. This is the very first verse revealed in the Quran. How come that the state that started Sharia is not the one that is the most educated state? In fact, how come that in that state in 2017, only 24 children got 5 credits in secondary school?
Why is it that the cutoff mark in the zoo is high in the southeast and the Yoruba land, but in the north, if a southeast or southerners use the pass mark of 100, maybe 80% as cutoff mark, when you go to north, the cutoff mark for qualification there will be like 20, 30. So the south will use 80% to qualify as a cutoff mark. But in the north, where they don't think or reason well like other human beings, their cutoff mark is either maybe 15 or 20. Very, very poor. And this man is here lamenting, criticizing. Who asked you not to go to school? Even if you verify this man now, the certificate he used to enter position of central bank governor, will be a tantamount. How did he acquire certificate to become central bank governor? To be an accountant, you will know that, it's very challenging. It's questionable. Very, very questionable. By the time he finished, I'm going to bring Idris Abubakar. Idris Abubakar will read his own and we will see how educated the Northerners are. He was former IG of police.
How do we define Sharia? How do we define Islam? Illiteracy? Malnutrition? Children on the streets? We have to ask ourselves. And we can't ask those questions until we begin to understand through usul that you have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging.
You need Muslims that are not begging, right?
We need Muslims who are standing on their feet. Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north. The Prophet said, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-kufri wal-faqri.
All right, let's see. You need a Muslim who is educated. Here is the Muslim who is educated. Now, let's hear what you will say.
Transmission, efforts at the transmission commission to transmission transmission. To have effect, apprehensive towards the recommended transmission, effective and apprehensive at the transmission of crime prevention and detection and transmission for the effective of the transmission of the Nigerian police force and the men in the command. the effective transmission, apprehensive transmission in the transmission, cultivative transmission and transmission, apprehensive transition and other transmission.
Read.
Effective transmission, sorry, sir. Sorry, please.
Don't say sorry, continue.
80% of all kidnapping, transmission, other effective transmission, other transmission.
Other transmission. Go ahead.
I can state without fear of contribution that over transmission of.
We cannot read it.
Over transmission of. Over all kidnapping.
Now, these are the kind of people Sanusi is advocating. These are the kind of people. Let's listen. Let's hear what he will say again.
For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims.
Yes.
We need Muslims that are not begging.
Yes. You need them. Muslims that are not begging. Come on.
We need Muslims who are standing on their feet.
Yes.
Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north. You have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging.
Yes. Muslims that are not begging. But what is this man doing here? Let's hear.
We need Muslims.
Let's hear what he's saying here.
And we'll be at the transmission commission to transmission transmission. To have effect,
Transmission means transmission. Are you hearing? Transmission means transmission.
Apprehensive towards the recommended transmission, effective and apprehensive at the transmission of crime prevention and detection and transmission
yes.
For the effective of the transmission of the Nigerian police force and the men in the command.
Yes.
The effective transmission, apprehensive transmission in the transmission.
Are we hearing grammar? Transmission. That is Janjaweed speaking. And these are the Muslims that must be educated for them to promote Sharia, promote Islam. Why can't you go to school and acquire good certificate, acquire good academic background first before looking for job? All Fulani came to this world is to rule. They never want to learn. They refuse to learn, but they must want to rule. They want to gang up this in power by all means. And how do they do it? By intimidation, threatening, and bullying and terrorism. That is all. How can somebody be speaking like an IG of police? IG of police in the whole federation of 13 states just came out to give himself a public disgrace. Transmission. He cannot read. It's not only him. I will bring this in the article you will read.
Cultivative transmission and transmission, apprehensive transition and other transmission of effective transmission, sorry, sir. Sorry, please. 80% of all kidnapping, transmission, other effective transmission, other transmission.
somebody is there to correct him, you know, to give him boldness to read. He still not gather momentum to read because he don't know what to read. These people, they don't go to school. Just like the man in Asorok, he cannot read. They don't go to school, but they want power. They want power. They want power, and they want to rule. And they're only coming to rule to frustrate only Igbo people. They're only coming to rule. Their agenda is to frustrate Igbo to frustrate Igbo people and snatch their destiny and use it to promote Islam. That's all. That's all. I think we need to finish this so that we.
I can state without fear of contribution that transmission overall kidnapping.
What a shame. Even the man beside him was even whispering in his ear, you know, somehow reading the thing for him so that he can follow his interpretation of tongue as he's whispering to his ear. His ear is even deaf. He cannot even hear, cannot even understand. Hey, how did we get into the hand of these people? This is what Nig3ria did, trying to marginalize during the time of Nig3ria. They were telling him, this place you are going, there's no way for it. This one Nigeria, there is no road. Let's go one Nigeria. Look at it. People that are not even educated are even dominating the educated ones, the talented ones. A whole IG of federation. Hi, God.
And other heinous commission transmission, recommendation transmission. Okay, recorded.
That is the end of the church. Are you church have ended, so there is no way it can continue with this. But let's hear the people that will rule the country with this education. Let's hear.
Stand through usul. You have to live in this world well in order to serve Allah for the hereafter. For Islam to prosper, we need educated Muslims. We need Muslims that are not begging.
Yes, educated Muslim. I think I need to bring up the educated Muslim now. Let's see.
We need Muslims who are standing on their feet.
Yes.
Believe me, if poverty continues in the north, Islam will disappear from the north.
All right. Let's hear the educated ones now. I think I need to bring in the educated one who went to the shelter house. The educated ones. Let me bring it up now. You will see the educated one. It's not playing here. Why? Why is it not playing? I'm trying to bring up articles. This I don't know. How can I bring it? I think I need to. Let me. Is it play? Should I play it? Let me see. Oh no, it's not playing. I don't know whether I have it somewhere. Let me see if I can bring it somewhere. But all the same, we have seen the educated ones now in the zoo. The educated ones are in the zoo. Let me see if I can bring in the.
I think what the average northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate.
Mm-hmm.
This is what the Northerner needs.
Okay.
So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of Northern origin. Thank you very much.
Pan-Nigeria origin, eh? Thank you very much for being a pan-Nigeria origin.
I think what the average Northerner needs is somebody who is from the north and who also understands the other parts of Nigeria and who has been able to build bridges across the rest of the country. This is what the Northerner needs. He doesn't need a Yoruba candidate or an Igbo candidate. This is what the Northerner needs. So I believe I stand before you as a pan-Nigerian of Northern origin.
Let's hear this Reverend Father. See what is going on.
Hey, what Nnamdi Kanu has been saying is true. And I think that the time for the realization of the sovereign state of Biafra is near. Because I don't think that the masses will accept any other thing apart from the main result. Their will must reflect in the result. Or else, let everybody go. Let Nigeria stay. This nonsense must stop. Child of God, I don't know who is holding your blessing. I don't know. Who is holding what belongs to you? Who is trying to suppress you? Who is trying to intimidate you? This morning we are calling on the vengeance of God. Oh,
of course, we must go and listen to Simon Ekpa.
Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
This new generation will get Biafra. Believe me, we will use everything available to us, and Biafra will
take your best position. Harono de Karagim. Rabu Madaka, Chinere Chigaka. Oyake Moshina Ramasi. Umu Chineke. Chineke Jorinu Ude Bere Unu. We are in the season of the miraculous.
Of course, you must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
This new generation will get Biafra. Believe me, we will use everything available to us, and Biafra will
take your best position.
Yes, let's listen to Rastama.
Be the black man. Watch what you say. Bad man, we gonna be proud where you come from. Send him message across the nation. Tell you all the children of rising sun. See, I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell you all the children of rising sun. See, I'm original Biafran. Yeah, I'm original Biafran. I want to tell my no chawago. Ohamadi kendipo no potago. Apollo sian kelima no beligo. Obodo na da ya kedelugo. Mwoji ofi ima no kuligo. Mwana mogu no kuligo. Chukwo kikapia kame video god. Ndị saputu asị no Michigan. Ancestors ndị Igbo na salugo. Ịbịa na north and west ofe nwere ozi ọnụ. I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. We're gonna be proud where you come from. Send the message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. Say I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. The black man. Watch what you say. Bad man, we're gonna be proud where you come from. Send the message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. See, I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. See, I'm original Biafran. Yeah, I'm original Biafran. I want to tell my no chawago. Ohamadi kendipo no potago. Apollo sian kelima no beligo. Obodo na da ya kedelugo. Mwoji ofi ima no kuligo. Mwana mogu no kuligo. Chukwo kikapia kame video god. Ndị saputu asị no Michigan. Ancestors ndị Igbo na salugo. Ịbịa na north and west ofe nwere ozi ọnụ. I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. We're gonna be proud where you come from. Send the message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. Say I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. The black man. We're gonna be proud where you come from. Send him message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. Original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. I'm original Biafran. I want to tell my no chawago. Ohamadi kendipo no potago. Apollo sian kelima no beligo. Obodo na da ya kedelugo. Mwoji ofi ima no kuligo. Mwana mogu no kuligo. Chukwo kikapia kame video god. Ndị saputu asị no Michigan. Ancestors ndị Igbo na salugo. Ịbịa na north and west ofe nwere ozi ọnụ. I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. We're gonna be proud where you come from. Send the message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising sun. Say I'm original Biafran. I'm original Biafran. Send my message across the nation. Tell all the children of rising.
Nice now prayer remark of our leader Nig3ria Carlo. Let's bow down and pray, because in the beginning was the word, and the word was the word, and the word was with God. So the word of God is a prophecy, and it's spiritual. If I never can more, and he know ya natural more. Let's go now and pray along with our leader Nig3ria Carlo. May Chukwu bless us in this freedom quest that we are battling. Bless our spokesperson, the dragon, the Prime Minister, Mazi Samuel Nepa, who is foreseeing at the moment the Biafra Republic in exile, with Umada and the other IPOB autopilot media. I thank you all for this inspiration you people are bringing in this movement, and I believe and I trust that when our leader Nig3ria will be proud of all of you. Maazị Samuel Ekpa jide ka iji n'ihi na onye asị ya jide ka o ji ojidesi ike ị ga-adị ka echi n'ihi na echi adị agwụ agwụ ihe dịkwa ga akọkwala ụmụ Biafra. Ndewo. Let's listen to our leader onye ndu Maazị Nnamdi Kanu now.
Obodo kwesịrị zu Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngozi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke brejide ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Obodo kwesịrị zu Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngozi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke brejide ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Obodo kwesịrị zu Nigeria. Lekwa Nigeria ma dọsa ya Chineke nna dị ngozi. Onye ọbụla na-ekpe ekpere ka Nigeria wee wuru ofu nna nke brejide ndị dị etu a wee laa ha n'iyi. Chineke nna kiwe biko da kiwe kpọọ ha ọkụ. Kpọọ ha ọkụ kpọọ ezinụlọ ha ọkụ. Obodo kwesịrị zu.
Yes, let's hear more prayer.
And I will pray in the language of heaven.
Yes.
Because Chukwu Okike Abiama is in control of all that we're doing and will continue to do until Biafra is restored and all the suffering indigenous populations in the damnable Zoological Republic are set free. Chineke nna nke pụrụ ihe niile Chukwu Okike Abiama onye na-efewe n'aja aha nsọ ya mma mgbe niile. Onye ọbụla naanị ya na-achị eluigwe n'ụwa na-agba akaebe ịhụnanya gị na ebere gị amara gị n'ọmịiko gị ebe ndị gị na-eze ebede ngọzi. Anyị wee na-etoghị agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro iwe enye anyị ndụ ala nke dị n'uwere n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-asị na ịja mma niile otu niile dịrị aha nsọ gị. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya ka ike niile na ọ gbadara aka ya. Anyị wee na-akpọku gị na-asị gị na nke ọma anyị ga-ekele gị nke ọjọọ ma anyị kelee gị. Anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị wee na-asọpụrụ gị n'isi ụmụ gị niile bụ ndị ikwu ndị wee ezu oku mgbe a kpọrọ ha ka ha wee chekwaa ala nsọ gị bụ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na ihe n'ikwuru anyị nkwa na o mekataghị ka ndị iro wee were ala nsọ Biafra onye nwe m na Chineke na nke bi n'igwe. Agbanyeghị atụmatụ ọjọọ niile nke ndị iro ma ndị na-agba mgbagba ebe niile dị iche iche onye nwe m na Chineke nna ihere bụ nke ndị dị etu a n'ụbọchị nke taa. Anyị wee na-eto gị wee na-asị onye nwe anyị na Chineke nna nke pụrụ m ihe niile. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya na-azọpụta. Onye ọ bụ naanị ya bụ okwu ya niile bụ ihe na amen. Anyị wee na-asị ezi ebube dị ngọzi na n'ụtụtụ na ịja mma na nsọpụrụ site n'ebighị ebi ma ruo n'ebighị ebi. Ise
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 ise. Yes.
As I said, this very evening we are going to announce. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making. And you must listen to him. Very, very important.
This new generation will get Biafra. Believe me, we will use everything available to us, and Biafra will come.